Well, it's finally that time. The equipment got thrown in the shed after harvest and we went on and did other things, but it's finally time to get the equipment out and start getting it cleaned up. So I need to get this tractor and grain cart out and get the combine dug out. think that's how it's supposed to work, right?
Looks right to me.
Not how it's meant to be, but that's how it's going to work. So I'd like to address why this building has a 3-inch step up into it. Back in the 80s, I believe it was, there was a government program that would pay farmers to store grain for them. So this building was built and then it was filled clear full of grain. So it would have a big bulkhead that went in front of this door, and then you just stick an auger in there and fill it full of grain. The reason for the step up is that way when it rained outside, none of that rainwater was coming in and getting under the grain. So I know people might be wondering why that is and why we have to throw a 2x4 down. It's not a big deal for tractors or anything like that, but the forklift, you gotta put you could do it, but you'd have to hit it pretty hard to get up there without spinning out. So we just throw a 2x4 down there, and helps it get up into the building. But that's why that curb, or whatever you want to call it, is there. It was to keep the rainwater from coming in and getting into the grain. So I think we probably need to get, you ready? I think we probably need to get this cleaned off. We got soybeans down in the dirt and they're growing. So we got next year's crop already growing in the tractor. Good morning. So we have not filmed for a couple days. We've had a lot going on. We had little small odds and ends projects, but we want to finish up washing the combine today. This is the side that's not washed. And I did get, and it probably is going to need done again. It was just so dirty. But I got a good start on it. But there's a lot I can't do by myself. I've got Kimberly here to run the forklift and the basket to get me up and clean the upper areas. Lawnmower, we got through that. Engine oil change, greased it, fuel filter change, cleaned out the air filter, cleaned it up. So that's done, ready to go. That's Amy's. Dad's is over here. He hasn't decided yet what he wants to do, whether he's going to take that to the dealership and have them run their special and go through it or whatever. But this one's done, ready to go. So slowly but surely we're getting through equipment. But yeah, we blew out the combine after harvest and did most of it, but we got to get it cleaned up. You know, we even blew out, we took the sides out of the rotor. We got the rotor, I'd turn the light on, but I got the battery disconnect shut off. So, I mean, we went through this with the air compressor and blew everything out to kind of keep the rodents out of it. So now we've just got to get stuff washed up. So that's what we're working on today. Just going to back this up. There's a far end of this shed. The last 30 feet doesn't have drains, so we're just going to get this backed up in a better position so that all of our water drains.
much better.
Thanks, Birdie. Shut the battery disconnect off. We've still got more to do to it. Oil change, cab filter, engine air filter. We've got a battery tender that we usually mount right here. We had it on the old combine, so we're gonna put that on here too. So that way when it's sitting for a couple months, you can plug it in and it just kind of maintains the batteries and keeps them in good shape. So that is it for washing that for right now. So I'll come back, today's Friday, I'll come back Monday and guarantee after it dries, I'll find some spots that I missed. But that's okay. That's 2 days of washing that so far, and we'll see how it looks when we come back on Monday. Okay, we got a couple more items on our list today. This tractor needs power wash, cleaned up. It is filthy. Has not been cleaned up yet since harvest. Had to charge it in the other shed to get it over here. This one has two 6-volt batteries on, so you got to be careful how you charge that. Anyway, battery tender. We've got a battery tender that we took off the other combine right here, and we need to get it mounted onto this combine. And like I was explaining before, I want to isolate the batteries and be able to just charge the batteries and still have the battery disconnect switch off, so we don't have anything drain in batteries or whatever. So what we're going to have to do is use one of these bits and drill a hole into the battery box and try not hit any cables. Mount it on here, run the cables in and hook just to the battery. That way I can isolate the batteries, shut off the disconnect switch, and still plug it in and maintain the batteries. So that's the project for right now. All right, I think this job is complete. Put the wires are into the battery, cut slits in the battery covers to accept the wire. Put that up in there, battery maintainer on. I plugged it in, it's working. I'll just kind of tuck that cord in behind those cables. But yeah, just put the cover on and that project is complete. Alright guys, so I got the combine pulled outside, cleaned the cab air filter. Looked like that hadn't been done in a while from the stuff, and that didn't come out of the filter, that came out of the pre-cleaner screen. But next task is to, sorry, trying to get this camera in the right place and put my glove on at the same time. I think our unload auger chain might be a little bit too loose, so I'm going to go ahead and get that tightened up. Sorry, I heard an airplane. I had to look up and see where it was. Okay. All right. Wow. That's ridiculous. Wow, that's crazy. And I'll be honest, this is not really the best tightening system I've ever seen. It's really hard to get that tight. There we go. That'll be a lot better. All right. This looks like that needs to rotate. I don't know if that's supposed to spin or not. Who knows? Try not to throw the tools back in the toolbox. My editor told me not to do that because it's loud on camera. Wow, that was a lucky guess. Oh, sure, that's, you need one on each side, that's convenient. Okay, let's go get a socket. I don't think that's supposed to turn though, so I am just going to, I don't think it's supposed to spin with the chain. Yeah, it looks like it's been turned once or twice already, so I think we're gonna call that good. See, that one up there is on a spring tensioner, which makes more sense, better than this thing. So now I just need to oil some chains. So here's one of those jobs that everybody hates doing, but it's got to be done, usually at least once a year. The trench drain needs cleaned out. So over time it just starts building up with dirt and debris, and down here there'll be a basket that needs to be cleaned out. So we're gonna work on that. All right, there's my prize. Big old pile of something that looks like cow manure and smells like it too. Have to go turn down the radio. Don't want any copyright claims. go under here. Make it get a little bit better angle at this.
Doesn't take very long to do it. It's just not a fun job. Doesn't smell the best either. We survived.